everyone, what is up? Hopefully you guys are having an amazing day. Today we're going to be talking about what's happening with XRP in the XRP community. Now XRP is stable at 19 cents and we can see we're slightly in the red today. If we go to Mr. Level Up's tweet now, the XRP goosenecks.
XRP update with this gooseneck fractal. How it's going to draw, we'll find out. There's a lot of times where there's 3 points before you see it go, which would be somewhere in this window probably here. Here's an old throwback right here. This is a March gooseneck right here. And if you look at the full fractal here, you can see the resemblance. So you can see us come down, come down. This is like an inverse head and shoulders, by the way. Drop down there. This comes down to there. You can then obviously start from here, come over in the gooseneck, start from here, come over. And there's a cup there that comes up. And there's the cup there that comes up. And then you can see once up here, it trickles down. And then we trickle down. So then it just kind of did a little move like that, then it shot. All right, so here we are on the May gooseneck, and you can see pretty much the inverse head and shoulders here, same setup, just a little bit different angle, but I'll just go with it on this. You go down, and then you come over into the point, so you go down, then you come over into the point, and then you come up, and then you can see it draws, and it does a little cup, a little hump, and then another cup, and then boom, boom, September movement, and you can see the inverse head and shoulders here. So inverse head, shoulder, head, and same kind of concept here. You come down, and then it comes up, and then down into its point. So it comes down, and it comes up, down into its point, and then it comes over, and this is how this gooseneck went, and then it shot. All right, so here we are on the fractal that we're watching right now, and this is the latest one. So this is that December, January before we shot up, and then obviously ran up to 34 cents. So same concept, inverse head and shoulders as you see here. You pretty much go down and you come up and then back to the point. So you go down, you come up and then back to the point, and then you start to work on that gooseneck right there. So you come up, go to the gooseneck, and then in here, there's that little cup there at the end there. So we can say maybe the cup's there. We got 1, 2, 3 points right here. So however that's forming, I know we got one move here. That could be that move. We could be on the second, and we just have to go up and do that, meaning that this one right here was 1. This is 2, and there'd be a 3 because we have a cup there, so maybe it just didn't come up enough. But anyways, there's another look right there on how this finished before it shot up.
So again, it looks awfully similar. I did buy more XRP yesterday, but I think I'll wait if XRP goes lower. Now guys, before we jump into news, I like to say I'm not a financial advisor, nor this financial advice is just for entertainment value only. The cryptic poet tweeted out, "Hey, I'm open. Any cost savings, any innovation, I'm there. We could sign a deal tomorrow." Look at that, CEO of Western Union.
You've dabbled with blockchains in your past and cryptocurrencies as well. How did that work out for you?
I think we are still investing there. We have our own group, invest only on the blockchain and on the cryptocurrency. We did also a test with Ripple, and we are still doing it. And
it's still ongoing.
Still ongoing. We are looking at it, and we are really learning from Ripple.
You said a year or so ago when you were using Ripple's product that it was, quote, still too expensive. You didn't see.
Yeah, I mean, we are in a different. They just announced with MoneyGram, as you know, yesterday or the day before, an announcement that they're investing there, and
they took an activist size investor stake in MoneyGram.
Yes,
10%.
And obviously, we are in a different position than MoneyGram. We are, we have our own settlement system, which is extremely cost efficient. Today, it showed us, as we do in the test, it's 5 times more expensive doing with a cryptocurrency, with a stable currency like Ripple. But it's others. For us, it's different. But I just saw Brad before coming to this meeting. I said, "Hey, Brad, we are still in talking." I congratulate him to this deal. Obviously, MoneyGram needed something and Ripple needed something. That sounds a good deal. But for us, it's currently, we are pretty much okay with our settlement system. We can move money in a way that nobody can move it, so that works. But look, hey, I'm open. Any cost savings, any innovation, I'm there. I have, we can sign a deal tomorrow.
So guys, innovations and open-mindedness, again, XRP, the innovation for today's society. It comes from Access Daily.
A proposal by Senator Hawley to get direct payments to employers to pay people who have been laid off and to keep people on payroll. Does the administration support that proposal?
Well, again, that is the PPP. The PPP is basically sending money to small business, 50% of American workers, to keep those people paid. And it's the most efficient way. Every dollar, as I said, we do through that, it's one less dollar of unemployment. And more importantly, we want those people to be associated with the business, so as soon as the president is ready to open up the economy, those businesses are together. We don't want those businesses to fall apart. That's why this is such a successful program.
But are
and we
you
want
talking about
Congress to remember
unemployment?
it.
You're talking about the unemployment. Sending it indirectly to the states. We would have preferred that it was sent directly to the people. The Democrats wanted it to be sent through the unemployment system, and you know, I've talked to you about it. We have 40-year-old equipment in many of those systems that are run by the state. But I'm hearing they're getting the money out anyway.
So some of them are, and some of the states aren't, and we encourage, you know, we're working with the states to try to update their computers, but it's a long haul.
Okay, thank you, Steve.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Phase 4, Steve. Phase 4.
Phase 4. So guys, that was very interesting. Again, the 40-year-old computers, guys, and direct payments directly, you know, to the people. But phase 4, I wonder what he means by that. It comes from Xrp Crypto Wolf. Europe's parliament wants to create a new regulator to keep track of developments in crypto, like guidelines for cryptocurrency exchanges and financial services. The European Parliament recommends a legal definition of cryptocurrency should be broadened. Progression is still moving on. You know, the show still has to go on. It comes from Goran Gekko. Boom. From Bloomberg.
What do you need from the G20 to assist you with more funding under SDR? And specifically, what do you need from America?
What I have to recognize is the tremendous stepping up of our membership, including the United States, by making it possible to have in a timely manner the $1 trillion I spoke about. As part of the $2 trillion stimulus package, there was a component supporting the NAPS, this is the authority of the IMF to borrow, that boosts our resources. So our first demand is indeed make sure that we have the resources, the $1 trillion I spoke about, available, and now we do. When we look into the future, if this crisis continues for a longer period of time, and this is the uncertainty that we are wrestling with, or if there is a second wave of the epidemic, which epidemiologists are saying is not completely out of question, then we need to look into further beefing up the resources of the International Monetary Fund. And to explain to the viewers, the SDRs is a fast way to provide liquidity to all countries. It was done after the shock that came in 2008. In 2009, there was a boost of 250 billion SDRs that were spread among the membership to improve the liquidity position. Why is this valuable? Because many emerging markets find themselves hit by a health crisis, by a standstill in their own economies, and on top of it, capital outflow, capital flying to safety. Some $100 billion have left emerging markets. That makes the liquidity position of these countries more challenging. And at that moment, emission of SDRs can provide a much-needed liquidity boost.
So look at this, guys. Global economy in worst recession since Great Depression. Now, there's been lots of talks about, you know, we're going to have a Great Depression, but anything is possible. In my opinion, I don't think there will be a Great Depression. It comes from Xrp 589, XRP plus Internet eCash.
So that I think that the Internet is going to be one of the major forces for reducing the role of government. And the one thing that's missing, but that will soon be developed, is a reliable eCash, a method whereby on the Internet you can transfer funds from A to B without A knowing B or B knowing A. The way in which I can take a $20 bill and hand it over to you, and there's no record of where it came from. And you may get that without knowing who I am. That kind of thing will develop on the internet, and that will make it even easier for people to use the internet. Of course, it has its negative side. It means that the gangsters, the people who are engaged in illegal transactions will also have an easier way to carry on their business.
I wonder when this video was made, because it's all coming true. Now guys, we're into the fun part of XRP and the XRP community. Now this is quite interesting. The Ripple Wrestler investor tweeted out, did the real Judy Shelton just like my tweet that I posted? Now this is big, guys, because look at this. If we go down here, we can see this screenshot right here. Judy Shelton likes, and look at that, XRP the standard. Huge Judy Shelton, XRP the standard. It's right there. It's right there. It comes from Xrp. When XRP starts to rise to $1, there will be many to sell. When XRP exceeds $5, half of the holders will sell almost everything. When XRP reaches $10, believers will be left to their true potential and future. When XRP exceeds $100, there will be no weak hands. Patience is key. Now I know many people will sell, in these low dollars, but what about you guys? Will you guys hold? Next week comes from Reborn. We can see right here. Now, look at this, guys. And then, which looks like overnight. And the final tip for today's video comes from Baba Cugs. Now, there's been lots of news for XRP, guys. Lots of riddles as well. So many people have been tweeting about many things, but we can see here, Baba Cugs. Good morning, Miss Shelton. Phase 1 complete. 052020. Good afternoon. Now, if we go down here, we can see all these images and photos. Look at that again. But we go down here, look at that. 05/2020. And phase 1, good afternoon, Jan to April. Phase 2, good evening, May to August. Phase 3, good night, September to December. So guys, lots of stuff should be coming towards, and see what happens in, the XRP community and, all these riddles. But it's very interesting, very interesting. But anyways, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys did, please subscribe and like if you guys haven't already. I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully you guys are having an amazing day. And yeah, guys, see ya.